What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Jaquel Wimbush here, your host of Back to the Basics of Health and Wellness Podcast. And on today's show, I have my man, my coach, my fitness instructor, Mr. Brian Moss of Boxing Fit Boss. Let's get into it. Sure, the fight was fixed. I fixed it with a right hand. George Foreman.
Daddy, it's time to start your podcast.
What's up, my man Brian? How you feeling today out there? How's everything treating you?
Oh man, everything is everything, brother. How you doing today?
I'm all good, man. I did a little 3 mile run this morning because, I know after COVID is over and we could get back into the gym, I know you're going to put me through the ringer. So I'm staying in shape. I'm staying right because I don't want to hurt.
Absolutely. You already know.
Yes. So Brian is my trainer. He's a boxing fit coach. He helps people, get their boxing skills in order, get their fitness in order. And today we're going to chop it up with him and, see what's going on in the fitness world. I know it ain't much going on right now, but, hopefully in the next couple of weeks to, a month, we could probably get some things back in order. So how's everything on your end as far as business side?
So, with COVID happening, and, a lot of businesses, especially small businesses, are being affected, and also especially in the gym world, has changed dramatically. I myself, as a trainer, I had to adapt, to my new world, and I've switched a lot of my clients to doing an online version of training where I'll write a program for them and use my app, and they still have the accountability of me checking in on them. But it's with that it's more you're doing the work on your own. I also have some group sessions and one-on-one sessions through Zoom, and I had success with that as well. Clients are getting results. It allows me to still make a living. I'm not as I don't have as many clients as before, but I'm still able to keep my nose above water, so to speak, and also still allow me to do what I'm passionate about, which is helping people reach their fitness goals and lead a more fulfilling, more energetic life. So definitely some changes, but just like with anything, you gotta roll with the punches.
Yes, sir. Don't get it confused, guys. When he say he sends online workouts, they are still tough. They are still tough. Just like you are in the gym with him. It's him on some of the videos doing the showing you how to do the workouts and things like that. But it's still tough. You still get that burn. You still feel good and everything that comes with it. So how did you get started in boxing?
Oh man, so basically I got started boxing in college, man, and one thing that college for me was an interesting experience. I just give you like some backstory. Like I have been involved in some kind of sports like my whole life. Started off with baseball. When I went to high school, started playing football. And then, you go to college and if you're not like D1 athlete or, if you're not some kind of athlete, then, not on a team, it's hard to start developing your own routine.
Absolutely.
And that freshman 15 hits you and you're like, oh, wait a minute. Like, what's going on? So, I didn't gain like a ton of weight or anything, but for me, I was missing that the fulfillment of being competitive and also like, having that team camaraderie, yes, with teammates and that interaction. So, I'm still undersized to go play football or anything like that. So I started looking around different different groups and stuff on campus, and came across a flyer one day, like in the bathroom. It's like, join the UNC boxing team. I was like, sounds kind of interesting, you know. So
Absolutely.
I just went to a like a group meeting, group workout session that they had,
Yeah.
and loved it. And that's how I got my start in boxing. Man, after going to a few workouts, they mentioned, hey, like we're you know, we're taking on new members of the team. You want to try out? I was like, yeah, absolutely. So that's how I got started boxing, and you know, been doing it ever since. Not competitively the whole time, but been involved some way. Either doing like exhibition matches, competing, or just doing the training, or training other people, and learn how to throw their hands. Basic self defense, being more confident. You
Yeah.
know, that's what I like about, you know, teaching boxing, because you're not only getting a great workout, but you know, you got a little ace in the hole if something goes down, you know, in the, you
Mm-hmm.
know,
Mm-hmm.
worst case scenarios, you know.
Absolutely.
So
Get to
yep,
get to throw them hands, let them fly, let them fly.
exactly.
Yeah, look, you know, it's not just the workout; it's self defense as well, because we all need it these days, and you know, kids need it. You know, it helps with building confidence, self esteem, and you know, all of those, you know, things that kids need coming up, and adults, you know, at the same time. Like me, I've never done any boxing. I've done some martial arts, but I've never done boxing. And then when I came to you know, you put me in the mix. So, and it's been a
Right.
beautiful thing ever since. So I'm definitely grateful and appreciative of meeting you, and getting that in, you know, to help myself and help my wellness journey and my weight loss journey as well, and to, you know, get those boxes, get those hands right as well. Yep, yep.
Right, exactly. And then another thing too is, uh, you know, being an adult is stressful, you know. So, you know, you got bills, you got, you know, some people got kids, you know, that brings a whole nother dynamic. You know, work situations, other, you know, social situations.
Mhm.
You know, we deal with stress a lot, and a lot of times we don't um, address our mental health.
Yes.
So I've found that, you know, being able to hit something, you
Hmm.
know, hit the bag, or do mitt drills with a trainer, or you know, even on your own, like that works wonders for reducing your stress levels. You know, you got to have that outlet. So it just brings, you know, it's just another um, benefit to you know, doing some type of boxing, or high output exercise. So you can reduce some stress.
Absolutely. And if anybody that's listening, even if they don't live in Texas or can't get to you, how can they reach you and benefit from your workouts? Can you put your information out there for them?
Yeah, absolutely. So you can reach out to me or follow me on Facebook or Instagram. My handle is at boxingfitballs.com. You can also check out the website, www.boxingfitballs.com. Also, I mean, feel free to reach out to me just on my personal page, Brian C. Moss on Facebook.
Cool, cool. And I'll definitely put all of that information in the show notes, as I always do, guys. Brian, you
Oh,
know, when it comes to you know, what we dealing with in today's world, you know, let's you know, let's just talk about, you know, what's really happening, and everything like that. Like, what advice would you give, you know, to the people about what we're dealing with in today's climate? You know, with the racial situations, with the health situations, and things like that. What type of advice would you give out?
oh man. You know, there's it's a lot to tackle.
Hmm.
I think you know, you have to, first and foremost, I think you gotta take care of yourself
Hmm.
first, right? So, you know, that means taking care of your physical well being, your mental and emotional um, well being. And when you do that, um, that's not you being selfish. Like that's you, uh, you know, taking care of your own responsibilities. And if you take care of yourself, you're in a better position to help someone else.
Yes.
You know, So, I'm definitely an advocate for social change and making things better for everybody. But you have to, work on yourself
Mm-hmm.
sometimes. Unplug. A lot of times and I'm guilty too.
Mm-hmm.
I think we all are guilty of being glued to our phones, and we got to have the updated word like every single second. But it's also, it's healthy to unplug sometimes, um, and take care of yourself. And then, another point I would say is you know, trying to bring about some type of change or whatever. Your best bet is, you can think globally. So there's global issues, whether it's health issues, with just obesity, COVID-19. There's a lot of health disparities out there. Um, so think globally, but act locally.
Yes.
So, get involved in your community, and and not just your community, but like your friends. Reach out to your friends. See if
Mm-hmm.
they, how can y'all encourage one another, support one another, support your friend's business.
Absolutely.
Um, those, I think those things are, uh, those are monumental. If you
Beautiful.
can, if you can really have a really uh, big impact, the biggest impacts are made locally. And then you never know when, somebody's always watching you. People may not always reach out
Mm-hmm.
and say, "Hey, like this was inspiring for me," or "I really like that you helped, with this movement or this um, volunteer group," but they're watching. So, you, whether you like it or not, you're somebody's inspiration, somebody's role model. So, act accordingly.
Yes.
Basically, you never know how many people you're affecting with your actions. So,
Absolutely, absolutely. And how is fatherhood taking place during this time? I know you have kids. One of your daughters had her birthday yesterday. Happy birthday to her.
yeah,
And
absolutely.
yep, yep. How is fatherhood and being a parent? Not how is it working these days with all that's going on and having to explain the situations or what's your approach?
That's you know, it's funny. Like, there's no textbook on like almost anything else. You can go to a textbook or go, Google or whatever. But you know, you know, children are they're just small adults.
Hmm.
So a lot of times we don't give them credit for being, for how smart they really are, how they process information. So I never try to withhold information. Like, if my daughters come to me and ask me about certain things,
Hmm.
then, I'm more than willing to share and educate them on those things. I try not to filter it too much, and to give them the truth,
Hmm.
um, on things. But it's one of those things you gotta just use your best judgment and play it by ear. I also try to just bounce ideas and network with other dads to see how they approach certain situations with their children, because there's no wrong way to um, or excuse me, there's no one right way
Hmm.
to raise your kids and to educate them. Um, but you have to. It's like collective thinking. You brainstorm ideas, pull from other great dads that and just try to implement that into how you you're dealing with your own children. So um, yeah, it's definitely been way different. Like, I'm basically kind of running daddy daycare
Hmm.
at home. So I'm training. If I have a one-on-one session with somebody or a group session, then I'm trying to schedule those in times that they're either taking a nap, or I'll set up an activity that they can handle on their own for 30 minutes to an hour.
Okay.
So that's it's been a challenge, but I think it's a learning experience for me, And, I'm attacking that learning curve. I'm getting better at it every day.
Yeah, yeah, it's a learning curve for a lot of parents these days because we all got hit with this whole thing out of the blue, and it was like boom, and now you're in it. It was go to school, go to school, go to school. Now you're homeschooling, and
Right.
it's a totally different animal. But it's a beautiful struggle out here. So we gotta take the punches and roll with them and keep it
Yep.
balanced at all times. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Brian, it was a pleasure, sir. I thank you for coming on to the show and visiting.
Man, thanks for having me.
You're very welcome, sir. Let's throw them claps for this brother. He's a one of a kind boxing coach. He's doing his numbers. He's helping a lot of people out here with their weight loss. They're being into the boxing and just protecting themselves at all times, like we all have to do these days, with health and
Yep.
wellness. So I thank you very, very much for coming on, and I look forward to speaking with you and working out with you soon, sir.
That sounds good, man. Give me a call when you're ready to go.
Yes, sir.
Anybody else that's wanting to, get healthy tips, exercise, routines, whatever, check out my pages. I'll be more than happy to help out. And just thanks again for having me.
You're very
Um,
welcome.
Much appreciated. And looking forward to your growth, your business growth as well, man.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. I appreciate that. And guys, I'm gonna have his show, have his information in the show notes. And like I said before, he can reach you. You can reach him any part of the country, any part of the world. He can send you those workouts, and they are excellent workouts. How I say it hurts so good.
Yeah.
It hurts so good. All right, man. I appreciate
Right.
you, and I'll definitely be talking to you and seeing you soon. Have a great one, man.
All right, bro.
All right, peace. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in today. That was my guy, Brian Moss of Boxing Fit Boss. I'll definitely have that information for you in the show notes. I would like to thank you all again for joining me on another episode of Back to the Basics of Health and Wellness Podcast, and I will see you guys soon. I'll talk to you later. Have a great one, everybody.